All right, all right, all right. All praises be to the Almighty. Our Wednesday broadcast. I'm Elder Rawchaa, live with you, brothers and sisters, on this Wednesday. And do we have a topic for you this evening? Make sure as you're up, you got it. We're going to open up the call lines if the opportunity affords itself. Now, let's go right in. That's right. Let's go back. Let's go right in. Unplugging from the Matrix.
The East is where we're from. The 12 tribes of Israel. 721 BC, the Assyrian king, he took us down, we fell. With the great escape we went through the Euphrates. The Lord held the water still. To a land where no mankind dwelt, we went. The 12 tribes of Israel. So we be Manasseh, the Cubans, Ephraim from Puerto Rico, Naphtali from the Isles of Hawaii. The Lord is calling back Israel. Zebulon from Panama, Gad, the North American Indians, Simeon, the Manakites. Our highest gathering Israel.
The Arabs and Africans told us at gunpoint
to gather our wives and children, then sold us. In the belly of these great ships we traveled in fear. By the rivers of Babylon we found our brothers here. A higher gatherer in Colombia, Reuben from Australia, Issachar, the Mexicans.
From the power on high.
Benjamin, the West Indians, Levi, the Haitians.
Our highest gathering Israel. Oh.
In Colombia, Reuben from Australia, Issachar, the Mexicans.
That's who we be.
Judah, the Negroes, Benjamin, the West Indians, Levi, the Haitians.
Oh,
Manasseh, the Cubans,
yeah,
from Puerto Rico,
Naphtali from the Isles of Hawaii. The Lord is calling back Israel.
From Panama, Gad, the North American Indians, Simeon, the Manakites.
Our highest gathering Israel. That's right, brothers and sisters. The Most High is gathering Israel. I'm Elder Rawchaa of the Gathering of Christ Church, here along with Elder Lawya. Elder Lawya, are you in the house? Talk to us.
Yes, shalom, shalom.
All right, you're there. That's right. We have a broadcast for you. Oh, man, do we have a broadcast this evening? That's right. It's titled Unplugging from the Matrix. Now, I don't know if any of you are familiar with this particular pop culture film, but hey, this is real time based on where we are under this thing where we're now being told to stay in our homes, to be controlled, tracked by the powers that be. I mean, hey, it's about 2000 when the film came out, The Matrix, 99, 2000. And hey, if that wasn't art or life imitating art, or the other way around, art imitating life. But before our brother Azariah, who used to produce our Wednesday broadcast, before he passed over, he was able to get in contact with Sophia Stewart. Okay. Now, Sophia Stewart is a black woman who actually had a case settled where Hollywood, whoever are the creators of Terminator, settled to give her $6 million. Let me show you her on the screen here so you know exactly who I'm talking about. Sophia Stewart's claim, according to Sophia Stewart, she wrote a science fiction story titled The Third Eye, 1983, and copyrighted it in 1984. The unpublished work includes screen treatment, illustrations, whatever the case is, but Hollywood turned down her movie that was proofed, but then did a spin-off, or what you would call a production called Terminator, using her script. Now, we actually interviewed her years ago on our blog talk, but a lot of that stuff we had to take down because of censorship. But I'll talk about the censorship thing that they're doing against us later and what we're going to do about this, based on the fact that we're here in that time where you can hardly say anything without becoming a criminal under this Minority Report. But all in all, when I interviewed her, and keep in mind, let me show you something else here. This is her, Sophia Stewart. I interviewed her. Not only did she come up with the idea that led to the Terminator, her spinoff would have been The Matrix, where James Conner, JC, Jesus Christ, will now have to come save us out of the Matrix. So in her, don't forget, she even they gave her an Oscar also for one of the Terminators. So there must be some truth to her story, because they end up giving her an Oscar. She says, the 4 Matrix Oscars won in 2000 belongs to me. And she says here, let me get it here. All right. She ended up receiving an Oscar. That's her right there. Black Excellence for the Terminator. Okay. But I don't want to talk about her. What I want to really go into the fact that when she was on my broadcast, she mentioned, like, yeah, my whole script was really what I understood reading the Bible. All characters and what would happen where eventually people on earth would be controlled and threatened by machines. And that there would be a computer age that could track all people to do what? To totally strike out dissidents against government, to protect those who are really controlling the earth. Knowing that homegrown within the earth, saviors would be born and pulled out to save the rest, a small remnant. And she said that's where her idea of came that made The Matrix, which was eventually negotiated and dealt with her and the Wachowski brothers, where really the James Conner, JC character was supposed to be a black character, in which they looked to originally cast Will Smith as Neo. Now, I'm not here to do a review on The Matrix. I'm here to show you that the powers that be understand the narrative, because that movie wasn't just a pop culture favorite. It had many, many folks telling information concerning the world they were about to place us under. And we are living under it now, being isolated in our homes on purpose. Okay. There's a method to why I set this up to actually parallel the Matrix today. In the midst of everyone being home, getting controlled and inundated by the media That's right. The same media that has lost control over the people. Where now they have no choice but to do what? Set up the robots to come against the righteous. Now, the part that I wanted to deal with in particular is the James Conner Christ narrative through Neo. Because it dovetails and highlights a lot of what we experience in this truth once being pulled out of the Matrix. And for those who haven't seen the Matrix, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up some slides, because we can't do what we used to do and just play videos without getting striked. But I'm going to put up some pictures and play some and play some audio, folks, because the reality is the reality of the matter. Before we were called to the truth, we were all plugged in to the Matrix. We were living an alternative reality and thought that everything was okay. Ignorance was bliss. But once we were pulled out of the Matrix, what happens? You become an enemy of the state. Folks, get ready. Unplug from the Matrix. Hey, folks, they knew, Bill Gates and others and all the powers that be understood that we were coming into a computer age. And what this woman was able to illustrate was well beyond our time back then, when things were so innocent and the world was way bigger than how the web has made it now. Because of the web, the whole world has become at our fingertips. And they knew, in the midst of them bringing forth a computer age that was needed to execute and bring forth the mark of the beast, that others would actually get on the same signal to pull people out. I need you all to look at your screen real quick. Follow me here. Make sure you hit this like button. Getting unplugged from the Matrix, because once you can see, folks, you're either one of these characters that was highlighted, be it famous or through infamy, within the narrative of the Matrix. What we have to ask is, Jacob seeketh the sign. If you see a certain character that was actually highlighted, that the scriptures identify, can we in good earnest have some honesty within ourselves and say, you know what? That character is me. I was unplugged. And when I became unplugged, which I'm one who's seen the truth, what happened was I became one of these. And if you haven't seen the picture, hope I don't spoil it for you, but go back and see it and understand that they must have understood the scriptures. They must have realized the truth concerning the Bible to write these particular characters. Let's start. I mean, I'm excited about this because this was one of the first times I've done something like this. But I kind of figured that if I can parallel this with a sign, with scriptures, it can be a learning tool for us going forward as we come together before Zion. Now, what I mean before Zion, that also will get covered within this broadcast, folks. Hey, look at your screen. Follow me. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this to the side. This web page here, just for a moment. One moment. And I need you to look at your screen. The movie Matrix come on with Neo staring in the office at a blank computer. Now, this was all us. All of us can relate to this. If you've worked in a call-in center or at an office, had your own cubicle, we thought we had it going on. We were making our money. We had corporate status. We were able to walk around with a suit on, just like Neo. Right? But then what happens? I need y'all to check this out. He goes home. And what happens? He's asleep in front of his computer. How many of us have experienced this? Be honest. Our new friend, the computer, right? Check it out. But out of nowhere, brothers and sisters, something says to Neo, out of the computer, wake up, Neo. Wake up, Neo. That those who were asleep would be home, and one day a message would reach out from the computer to say, folks, you may be living, breathing, you have families, children, a whole life, but it isn't real. That the same computer they would use to set up the construct for the mark of the beast, some people with the true understanding would reach out over the computer to wake up the chosen. Follow me here. Wake up. Elder Lawya.
Yes, sir.
All right. Before I go into the regular illustration, let's show brothers and sisters how profound this is by first going into the scriptures concerning what I've just illustrated. Let's go to high time, and then let's go to where they'll hear a voice. Let's go. Chapter and verse.
Sir, first dealing with high time. This is Romans chapter. That it is now high time to awake out of sleep.
Read it again.
And that knowing the time, that it is now high time to awake out of sleep.
It is now high time to awake out of sleep. Wake up. Read.
Now is our salvation nearer than when we believed.
Because our salvation is nearer than when we believed. Folks, I'm going to tell you right now, and this is why I'm making this statement here today, and I started and dovetailed it with Jacob seeking a sign, using this particular video, this particular movie as an example. Let me tell you what I'm saying here, folks. They understood that the computers, people in their homes, that this would become the last battleground for minds. Those who would serve Satan and those who would get pulled out of the matrix. They understood it would come a time in which no one would be able to gather freely. They were setting the stage for this, folks. But, and that people wouldn't free people wouldn't be able to freely go and speak to people on corners like we once were able to and have the same impact. They knew this. How do we know it? Elder Lawya, let's get it. They shall hear a voice behind them. Read it. Come on.
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 30, verse number 20.
Come on.
And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity.
Hold up now. Read that again, Elder Lawya.
Isaiah chapter 30, verse number 20. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity,
though the Lord give you the bread of adversity, though we are going through hell, poverty, treated like second-class citizens, even though we're under a level of punishment for our disobedience and sin. Read.
Water of affliction.
Turn up your mic a little bit, Elder Lawya, because you went down and you were way louder earlier. Okay, I'm ready. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Finishing in verse 20. And the water of affliction.
Read. In corners anymore. Read.
Thine eyes shall see thy teachers.
But thine eyes shall see thine teachers. So the Bible was telling us that you wouldn't see your teachers on the corner of the block like we used to teach on the streets. Because the Most High said back then we would go into the high places of commerce and speak to the people at a time in which we know people would normally gather. Christmas, weekends, Saturdays. And I know because, hey, I love teaching on the streets. And folks, I'll tell you this right now. He says, go into the places of high commerce, and then you bring out the word while people are out there dealing with the shopping and all that to disrupt their frequency in the world. But what happens when it comes a time where people are not out there to hear you? Right? What's that? Come on, read that part again. Get that?
Isaiah 30, verse 20.
Read.
And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction.
Come on.
Yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers.
Thine eyes shall see thine what?
Thy teachers.
Hold on. Hold on a second here. Thine eyes shall see thine teachers. Wake up, Neo. See? We were going about our own life, working in the office, and one day some of us out of nowhere just turned on a computer, didn't know that what they were about to hear or see was going to change the trajectory of their whole lives. Of their whole lives. Well, this is Elder Lawya. This speaker is pretty loud, so I don't know why you're coming through low. They can't hear you really. So we have to fix that. So what are we gonna do?
I don't know. No matter what I do here, every volume setting I try to do to adjust the microphone, it keeps automatically going back to a lower sound setting. This is actually through Skype, and it keeps. I put it up to the highest volume, and it jumps back to the lowest volume.
Well, you don't got to worry about it because I just put you up to the speaker. Let's go. Read that piece again.
Yes, sir. Isaiah chapter 30, verse number 20.
Come on.
And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore.
Your teachers will not be removed into a corner anymore. Read.
Thine eyes shall see thy teachers.
But your eyes shall see your teachers. Now, I need y'all to check that out. I need y'all to check this out, folks. So it came a time that when YouTube, even when it first started, the new battleground for minds and bringing them into the truth, teaching them, plugging them in and bringing forth that spirit of truth that would lead them to Zion would happen through these things you're looking at us through right now. It's like when after Neo and others and those that were unplugged from the matrix, I'm going to go into that unplugged in a moment, that there was a thing they used to put in the back of their necks, right into their spine, up into their brain, and they would get all the programming they needed to fight against the powers within this world. It's like a spirit coming in to their minds to arm the unplugged righteously against the evil. And this spirit would teach others, teach people how to navigate through the system, how to navigate through this. Now, I'm about to go into the unplugged because there's so many things, folks, so many points that I need to highlight, and I'm going to just drudge right through. And you may need to ask, well, I'm unplugged. I know the truth. But out of all those who are unplugged, in comparison to the characters in the Matrix, who am I? You had the righteous. You had those who would help the righteous. You had people who would teach. You had people who could build a construct to help people once they actually were pulled out of the Matrix. And you had others. And I'm going to talk about these others in a moment. Hold tight. Hit your like button. You don't want to miss what we're going into. Hold tight. Two minutes.
Bible. Is it hard to understand?
When it comes to reading the Bible, the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that this is the Word of God.
The seals have been broken, and the truth is here.
And when we go throughout the scriptures, when we go throughout extra biblical records, we find that the language that God employed, that He used to create the heavens and the earth, was the Hebrew language.
Christ said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But yet no one, no religious leader, no religious church out there anywhere can now identify the 12 tribes of Israel. Can we? God is quite simple, but it seems as if man makes understanding him hard.
What are those mysteries?
The truth of your book and the truth will make you free. The Hebrew and Bible Academy, you're invited.
That's right, brothers and sisters, Hebrew and Bible Academy. And that's right, you are invited. Only in a few weeks, we're going into the creation of the universe. The date, I think it's January 10th, January 10th, right, Lawya? January 10th. Get in because you don't want to miss what we're breaking down with the news. We're being shadow banned and we're also being censored, where a lot of our videos we have to take down. And a lot of things we cannot say the way we used to be able to say it without losing this channel. So I apologize to a lot of brothers and sisters if they're saying, well, I see that there's a lot of things that have changed concerning how we taught in the past opposed to now. And it's not that we think anything different, but we have to work within the parameters to stay on this battleground. Okay, I wanted to put that out there. Now, all right. Let's jump in. Let me go straight in now. There's no black screen now. We are good. We're good. Hope you all can see us clearly. All right. Jumping right in, right? 1 second. Jumping right in. You can see us now. All right. All right. I'll wait till you. Okay. Now we can see you. Okay. All right. Now, jumping right in. Boom. Neo wake up. Wake up, Neo. You shall hear a voice behind you saying, this is the way. This is the way. Now, right after this, there's something else that happens. The office. The office. Where now Neo has been awakened. And the agents on the outside who's controlling corporations and the powers that be in this and the corporate construct have been tipped off that there's someone in the matrix. This person is being contacted by one who can unplug them. Right? I need y'all to check this out now. Stick with me. So Neo picks up a cell phone. Neo picks up a cell phone to get directed out and to get navigated if he can show faith and trust the voice on the other side to be guided out of danger. Stick with me here. Stick with me. Now, right now, for some reason, it's going up and down, but I'm still going to drudge through this. Just stick with me. All right? Boom. What's happening here? What's going on here? Well, what's going on is right after that, Neo runs into Morpheus. He runs into Morpheus. And this is what's said. Let me go through it now. Stick with us.
I can see it in your eyes. You have the look of a man who accepts what he sees because he is expecting to wake up. Ironically, this is not far from the truth. Do you believe in fate, Neo?
No,
Why not?
because I don't like the idea that I'm not in control of my life.
I know exactly what you mean. Let me tell you why you're here. You're here because you know something. What you know you can't explain, but you feel it. You felt it your entire life. That there's something wrong with the world. You don't know what it is, but it's there, like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad. It is this feeling that has brought you to me. Do you know what I'm talking about?
The Matrix?
The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room. You can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
What truth?
That you are a slave, Neo. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage, born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch. A prison for your mind. Unfortunately, no one can be told what the Matrix is. You have to see it for yourself. This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
I need y'all to check that out, brothers and sisters. A choice. A choice. We've all been faced with this choice, but our cognitive dissonance won't allow us to choose a side. Or the threat of what we built in this world leaves us on the wrong side, believing that we built a world for ourselves. But did we? Suppose this construct, these cities were made to keep us from the realities of the real world. Now, this is our struggle, because you know that the truth resonates with our brothers and sisters, because the first thing we begin to weigh is what we're going to have to give up or lose by making this choice. Right? Elder Lawya, let's go to Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter, so I can highlight real quick a scripture that goes to why most people, when they hear the truth that we're really the children of God, we're the people, that they decide to stay in the world, believing that if they can just go back to sleep or not see it altogether, that by doing so, they won't be accountable consciously concerning responsibility. I would rather not have responsibility, or I would just rather have a job, take care of my family. But there's a reason why brothers and sisters, when they're met with that choice, they back up. It's not that they don't know. It's the truth. But have resolved in their minds what they may have to lose by choosing truth. And the difference between those who the Most High will use to finish and others is they choose the truth. They lose their lives to gain a new one. Getting unplugged from the matrix. Not having 1 foot in the world and 1 foot into the truth. Being fully unplugged to be utilized by the Almighty. How do you get there? Elder Lawya, let's go to Ezekiel 3:1. Let's talk.
Yes, sir. Ezekiel chapter 3, verse number 1. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest, eat this roll, and go speak unto the house of Israel.
When you get that pill, what happens? Responsibility. Eat this roll. No soon as Neo, I'm going to show you, was plugged, taken out of the matrix, it was now time for a reprogramming. That there come a time when you first get the truth, you can't eat, you can't sleep. You are living strictly off of spirit, consuming the word like you've never thought you could in 3 lifetimes. It's like something done overcame you to a degree where you cannot put down the book. To the degree where others on the outside of you they're viewing you as crazy, like maniacal, like you're a maniac. Why are you in this book so much? Have you been there? You remember that? And the reason why I'm taking you back there, brothers and sisters, because Satan would like to move you from that place. That place when you knew you and the Most High was on good ground. You had no care in the world. You were in the right place in your heart. Sinning was the last thing on your mind when you were there. When the Most High said, he unplugged you and he said, eat this roll. Let me reprogram you. The power of the book. Stick with me now. Go on, Elder Lawya.
Verse 2. So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then I did eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness.
Because guess what, folks? I know what it is to get a new precept, a new breakdown, a new understanding. It's sweeter than honey. It's like the Most High's talking with us. He's talking with me. He's directing me. He's in me. But this is why most people don't want to be red pilled. Okay? They don't want to actually choose a side. Why? There's another component that happens once you have taken all the good that comes with learning the truth. Read.
4. And he said unto me, Son of man, go get thee unto the house of Israel, and speak with my words unto them.
I have filled you up with the truth, the spirit, the truth that you are not just regular people. You weren't born to be slaves. You are free people. Free others. Pull them out like you've been pulled out. Go speak to my people and say, and tell Israel, you're not a servant. You're not a homeborn slave. Bring them to my book for reprogramming. Job as a servant. Bring them to the water. But they must make a choice to put down their sins and be cleansed through the Spirit. But you bring them to the water. I'll take them from there. They'll go into the book and I'll reprogram them. You teach them. You show them the true doctrine. You show them the understanding. Everything that was instilled in my son, you instill in my children. Folks, they had Morpheus as who? The character of John the Baptist to lead the way for the one. Okay? All these characters, the whole narrative of the Matrix pales in comparison to the epic story concerning our people falling to such depths as a people, only to be raised in the same place we were enslaved to lead the world. But it's hard to wake our people up. Why? This is what the Most High said. Read it, Elder Lawya.
Verse number 5.
Come on.
For thou art not sent unto a people of a strange speech and of a hard language, but to the house of Israel.
You are sent to the house of Israel. My people are in bondage. Read.
6. Not to many people of a strange speech and of a hard language whose words thou canst understand. Surely had I sent them to thee, or sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee.
And if I was to send you to the Gentiles, they would have listened already. The people of a hard speech were Gentiles. He says, if I would have sent you to the white man or the Chinese man or the Japanese man and told them, the Arab man, and told them that they were the chosen people of God, they would have repented already. Read.
7. But the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee.
But they will not listen.
For they will not hearken unto me.
Because they won't even listen to me. And see, and that's the piece that frustrates those who has awakened. The frustrating thing is to try to give the chosen people or allow the chosen people to partake of the goodness of understanding, the goodness with knowing we are Israel. That's some of the hardest thing. And you know what? To some degree, it began to frustrate people. And like, I'm not doing this. I have a family. I have a job. I have responsibility. I've built my whole life, and I'm not going to waste everything that I've done to try to go to some people who are only going to mock me, reject me, curse me out, come against me. And it leads to some level of frustration. But the Most High said, you know what, Ezekiel? You do it anyway. Everyone is not going to be like these people. And even those that betray the works you have instilled in them, I'll take care of those guys. I'll take care of them. You do my will. You go and you instill the word of God in my people. Now, check this out. Going right in. Jacob seeketh a sign. Right after Morpheus shows Neo. Like, you have to make the choice now. Neo choose the right pill, and what happens? Neo is now flushed out of the matrix. He's unplugged. And as you can see, coming out of the water. Look at this here. Hold on. Coming out of the water to be reprogrammed. He made the choice. We've made the choice. And through that baptism now, we have no choice now because there's no place to go back to. Once you see, you cannot unsee. Once you see, brothers and sisters, there's no way not to unsee. You can try to go back to your job and think it's all peachy keen and it used to be. But once you know the truth, the whole world, you have a different perspective of the whole world, and there's no way that you can consciously, in good conscience, just operate in the world like everything is normal. This world wasn't made for those who can see. So here we go now. Here we go. Let's talk about it. Stick with me here because I'm showing you where we're going. Elder. So once we begin to bring them out of the truth, then Isaiah says what? Let's go to Isaiah 1, Elder Lawya. Let's go. Come on, let's go.
Isaiah chapter 1, verse number 16.
It says what?
Wash you, make you clean, put away the evil of your doings from before mine eyes.
Wash you and make you clean and put away the evil before mine eyes. That's what happened with Neo. His old life since birth has now been washed away, and he's now introduced to what? A new reality. But folks, the majority of our brothers and sisters run away. Why? Because when you make this choice, something happens. The Most High begin to take things from you. You must experience a breaking period. And most people run away from that change. They run from that change. That's right. Everything Satan has given you that you got in this world, he will begin to take back from you. So you're going to see your life changing, things going down, and others are going to think that, you know what? That's right. They're going to claim you're being cursed for making a choice to choose right. But no, the Most High is allowing you to be stripped of everything to be built up as he would intend your life to be for him. And most people run away from that change. When Neo was sitting in the house sitting on that Nebuchadnezzar ship and had ragged clothes and there was no more cubicle, no more good job, no more paycheck, no more cozy house. Most people run from that. Let's read it. Come on.
Wash you, make you clean, put away the evil of your doings from before mine eyes, cease to do evil, learn to do well.
Learn to do well. Do what?
Seek judgment, relieve the oppressed,
Relieve the oppressed.
judge the fatherless,
Judge the fatherless.
plead for the widow.
Plead for the widow. Here's your new job. You no longer work for the fallen one who have built this Freemason construct to control you. You work for the Most High. So you go through a cleansing. Right after the cleansing, what happens? Elder, let's go into the Apocrypha when it shows that when you come to serve the Almighty, you are brought low. People want to say, Elder, we're going to need some more scriptures. You're getting them tonight, but I'm giving it to you with a sign. With a sign. So that, and you have to be real with yourself. When you get a chance, go back and look at the Matrix and find out which of these characters, which is a character within the Bible, unplugged. We've all been unplugged with the same opportunity. Who am I on the other side of the Matrix? Who am I? Elder Lawya, let's read it.
Chapter 2, verse number 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord,
if you come to serve the Most High, now you've been baptized now. If you come to serve the Most High,
prepare thy soul for temptation.
Prepare thine soul for temptation. Right after Christ's baptism, he was taken on a high mount when you read in Matthew, the 4th chapter. And Satan said, well, listen, all the kingdoms of the earth will I give you if you bow and serve me. Well, this is what happens when one chooses to be unplugged from the matrix to serve the Most High. So instead of you building Satan's kingdom, you're used by the Almighty to pull bricks out of Satan's. So then he'll come with bribery. You'll never get naturally before the truth. Okay? You'll be tempted with it. At a key point of your progression, of your learning, Satan is looking to get in the way to pull you back as a servant to build his construct. See? Read it. Come on, Elder Lawya.
Verse 2. Set thy heart aright.
Set your heart aright. Read.
And constantly endure.
And constantly endure. Read.
Not haste in time of trouble.
And do not run in time of trouble. You must stand in courage, in total courage in this word. You must stand in full confidence. Christ, the disciples, the men who died and was martyred for this truth were not cowards. They weren't perfect. I'm speaking about the men outside of Christ. They weren't perfect, but they were up front. They were men. Finish reading.
Thy heart aright and constantly endure.
Constantly endure and what?
And make not haste in time of trouble.
And don't be the one that try to run when trouble comes. People that think that they can just go back into the world, or, well, I don't got to deal with this, I'll just do my own thing. You cannot run from what you were called to. Why? Because there's only two paths. You can only serve two masters, one master or the other. So when light comes into the world to shine a light to get rid of evil, guess what? The person that's dealing with the darkness is looking to navigate and run from judgment. See? So we're breaking this. So here it is. You're brought low and you don't make haste in time of trouble. It doesn't matter what the circumstance is. That's right. You're standing on the path with Christ to the end with your brothers and your sisters, and you're working all the way to the end. And you're not making haste soon as something may go wrong. Or Satan start taking things from you in this world. You can't make haste in time of trouble. Now, hold on, Elder Lawyer. Here we go now. Oh, here we go. You knew we were going here, brothers and sisters. You knew we were going here. Cipher. Cipher is talking to Trinity and asking, is you sure Neo is the one? So you're going to always have someone unplugged seeking to do what? Seeking to plant doubt in the minds of believers. Why? Because Cipher was unplugged. He believed he did everything he was supposed to do in the truth, followed Morpheus, and he's seen one, check it out, he's seen one so-called, the one, die, one after the other, based on Morpheus claiming that these particular people were the one. He didn't have faith. And another thing he didn't realize is, and when you look at it, when we receive the Holy Spirit and be baptized, we all become part of Christ's body. We all become part of the one. And if someone is martyred, if someone falls, if someone dies, whatever the case is, we are not supposed to lack faith and go backward and begin to betray our original agreement with the Almighty to finish. So now you have a guy here who has become complacent, who have lost trust in what he was shown initially. Where now he's like, listen, I don't want no part of this. I'd rather betray this whole thing. I'd rather betray my brother and my sisters. And I'd rather kill everyone at an opportunity to go right back and be plugged in and live in total ignorance. Now, I need y'all to hear this real quick. Listen.
Bring me dinner.
This is Cipher.
Bringing me dinner. I don't remember you ever bringing me dinner.
There it is. I don't remember you bringing me dinner. Envy, covetous, jealous.
There is something about him, isn't there?
Don't tell me you're a believer now.
I just keep wondering if Morpheus is so sure. Why doesn't he take him to see the Oracle?
Morpheus will take him when he's ready.
Now, this guy is straight up jealous. So it leads him to do what? It leads him to do what? I need y'all to look at this, brothers and sisters. It leads him to betray Morpheus and his brethren and sisters who now he have taken a spiritual oath to protect. Listen, check this out here. Listen to this. Cypher's betrayal. Listen.
Plus, Hulu and ESPN Plus, now bundled together. The greatest stories and characters, the large...
Listen.
Thanks for the drink.
Here we go. Let me go straight to it.
Do we have a deal, Mr. Reagan?
You know, I know this steak doesn't exist. I know that when I put it in my mouth, the Matrix is telling my brain that it is juicy.
Hold up. I got to show you. I have to. Hold up. Let's put this in its proper context, right? So you can see this. And then we have to ask, which one are we, right? Who are we? Let me go to the betrayal. He's at the dinner with the agents.
Do we have a deal, Mr. Reagan?
You know, I know this steak doesn't exist. I know that when I put it in my mouth, the Matrix is telling my brain that it is juicy and delicious. After 9 years, you know what I realize? Ignorance is bliss.
Ignorance is bliss. Who is Cypher sitting with? An agent. These are the gatekeepers and the spirits that control the Freemason construct, these cities. And when anyone is showing that they have have a tendency to disrupt the matrix, this is when these are called upon to bring order in the construct or through the construct. Who are these? These are your Jesuits, your controllers who's over entertainment. They're over the military, the Pentagon. They're over the president. They are a hierarchy under the Catholic Church. And in these constructs they have created, called cities, they have set up portals where they can control demons. So if you are not in the truth, at any time, they can use these spirits to take over your vessel, to do their will, to keep the order within the construct. Demon control. So if you don't know the truth, you may be a good person, you may mean well, but at any time, because you haven't chosen the right side, they can use your body so that one citizen can go against the next. Put on your mask. Put on your mask. Are you wearing a mask? At any time, that's right, they can create social mercenaries to do what? Have one segment of the population go against another. To do what? To keep the construct going long enough to destroy the righteous, and to have, if they can, that's right, get straight traitors to go against the spirits of those who could defeat them.
Then we have a deal.
I don't want to remember nothing.
I don't want to remember nothing. Plug me back in. This isn't the truth. The Bible isn't correct. I found a new understanding that will now allow me to think that the Bible isn't real anymore. Plug me right back in. I don't want to remember a thing. Everything I learned and thank the Most High for never was real. I want out. Huh? I don't want to remember a thing. Traitor. Now, one thing about traitors play without rule books. They've already betrayed their oath when coming to the truth. By actually coming to the truth, taking on the knowledge of the truth, they betrayed that oath to do what? To keep the brotherhood and not sow discord amongst brethren. But once they have broken that oath and want to go back into the world or whatever the case is, they don't have rules. They're deceivers. And guess what? Like Cypher, they'll work like demons, like straight demons, like lions to devour all the pure who have chosen the right side, who have chosen to be unplugged. Cypher. And this is why Cypher began to betray. Elder Lawya, I need you to get real quick where it says that some will say that our Lord delayeth his coming. Let's go.
The book of St. Matthew, chapter 24, verse number 48.
Read.
But and if that evil servant shall say in his heart,
that evil servant shall say in his heart, what?
My Lord delayeth his coming.
My Lord delayeth his coming. Here it is. Cypher was there for 9 years and seen many people martyred under this, by what he deemed at this point, a faith quack by the name of Morpheus. So he started to believe that he was pulled out for nothing because everything Morpheus said was failing. There was no kingdom. There was nothing at the end of the proverbial rainbow. And it says, so they'll get frustrated that things didn't happen as quick as they thought it would happen after baptism, after getting unplugged. Hold up. Hey, I don't know if we're hitting you right now. I don't know if we're hitting you right now. But you will have people who will become impatient and start to lose faith. That's what happened to Cypher, folks. Cypher wasn't always a traitor. He allowed a spirit to come in, a spirit of doubt. He's seen people he loved die and didn't know that that was a part of the decision. That when you're pulled out, you're going to see many things. That's what being pulled out is. You're going to see the world for what it is. And sometimes that's too much for people. Read it again. Come on.
But and if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming.
Hold up. My Lord delayeth his coming. Listen, I don't know how long it's going to be before Christ come back. I done made all these sacrifices. Look at my life. And, I'm not getting the full details of what I think I need to get. But really, it don't have nothing to do with someone else. This person is losing faith. They're losing that position they had when they originally was flushed out of the matrix, were baptized, unplugged, and was feeling themselves through the Spirit of the Almighty. They are losing their life. But they'll look to blame everyone else, but it's really in them. And they don't want to admit to others that, nah, I'm fallen weak. They're too proud to admit that they're fallen weak. Or, I could have sinned. Something happened. But instead of them actually owning up to what's in their heart, they allow the demon that came in. And that demon that comes in develops an evil eye where when now the people and the people I love could do no wrong because I love them. Now that spirit then turned to a 180 where these same people can do no right. They're evil. And guess what? These people must adjust themselves to think like that, to justify being plugged back in. Come on, Elder Lawya. Come on.
Verse 49. And shall begin to smite his fellow servants.
And shall begin to smite their fellow servants. What happens? He get unplugged, get with the demons, and guess what? End up giving the location to the Nebuchadnezzar where his family was on the other side. And his family were the righteous looking to come in and pull others out of this matrix, this lie. And his own brothers has been betrayed. Cypher, believe it or not, is illustrated in the movie Matrix as Judas. You'll get people who will get frustrated for whatever the case is, and they don't deal with that original sin that came into their mind that poisoned them against their brother and sister. Because the Most High said, don't let the sun go down on your wrath. And when Satan plant that seed and you don't deal with it, eventually it will be used to betray those you love. Let's go to the next phase on this. So
just one more piece.
Come on, one more piece. Come on, Elder Lawya.
Yes, sir. And shall begin to smite his fellow servants and begin to eat and drink with the drunken.
And begin to eat and drink with the drunken. The whole time they're claiming that something is wrong and something ain't right. And this is why they're making it a choice to be plugged back into the matrix. But then when you look at their life a year or two later after making that choice, you would have thought they would do the righteous that they didn't witness amongst the brethren. No, they out in the world doing all types of wickedness and evil. To show you that the reason they walked away, or they claimed they walked away, was a lie. The truth is, they regretted what comes with making this choice. They regret it. The fact that once you unplugged, folks, you have an entirely different family. Your family are never the same. Who you thought was family isn't family anymore. You must adjust to a new world that this world haven't prepared you for. And guess what? That's just too much for some people. And instead of them admitting that, they'll try to betray and try to say something is wrong and attack other people. But really what it is the truth is too much for them. Anything else, Elder Lawya?
Just a little bit more. It says here, verse number 50. The Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware of, and shall cut him asunder and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites.
With the hypocrites. Because let me tell you, when you come into this truth to do this work, guess what, folks? You're not doing this work for Elder Rawchaa. You're not doing this work for Elder Lawya. You're not doing this work. Guess what? You were hired by the Almighty as a servant to bring again the children of Jacob and make a safe path to Zion. People get too caught up into characters or into people. No, folks. And guess what? It's too much for some people. It's not what they expected. Because the same time the Most High is building you up on this side after being unplugged, the same time he's building you up, he's tearing the life you made in this world down. And most people can't adjust to that. Most people can't adjust to that. So they'll begin to betray, try to look for something wrong, because if they can find something wrong, they feel that gives them a get out of jail free card. I can now justify just walking away like I never heard any of this. Wrong. You are still accountable for everything you understood. Now you just don't have people in place to help guide you. You betrayed the only family that really love you, because you're going to go back to the world and they'll never understand you and they'll never trust you. See, you can't be in the middle. Once you choose this side, even those that you knew were your family, because you chose this side, they'll never be comfortable with you like they once were. So you're just going to find yourself spewed out in the middle with no help in a time in which we all need one another. Listen to what we're showing you here. Anything else on that, Elder Lawya? Huh?
No, sir.
Okay, let's drudge through this. Let's go to the next thing now. Now, after this, Morpheus had a thing in which he would now, after learning and programming those to understand the real world with what it is and how to use spiritual warfare when we now enter the matrix, he had a thing called simulations. Similar to how people deal with video games now, and they're all in that world operating, and their mind is actually dealing with this whole world of fighting and all that, but really they're just sitting at home. Well, he had a simulation, and through these simulations, those who were unplugged had tests they had to overcome. First of all, their body developed atrophy from the fact that you was lazy the whole time, just being programmed every day under a mundane life plugged into the matrix. So first of all, you got to get your health together. So he had to train, right? But then he said, now the real test is how you operate amongst people on the outside who are at any time could be subjected to an agent. Every person who hasn't been baptized can be used against you at any time. And this is what Morpheus showed Neo. Let me show you here. With the woman in the red dress. The woman in the red dress. Now, normally, before the truth, this guy couldn't find himself. One second. Let's work. All right, we good. This world capitalizes off of insecure black men. But what happens? Once you learn the truth, I know as a man and other men in this truth, you find a confidence that you didn't know existed in the world. Those who wouldn't give you the time of day will immediately recognize that confidence. See, a confident man is a man who can now cover and protect women And women are always looking for someone who could actually help them in their times of insecurity. And this is why this test was one of the most, and guess what? Neo failed this test. And guess who the woman in the red dress is? Satan. Satan is the woman in the red dress. You are about to get with a woman that would have never gave you the time of day in the world. And he says, turn around, Neo. And when Neo turned around, you know what it was? It was a bullet pointed at his head. You think that all of a sudden that a blessing is going on and all this, and I got the truth now, and I got enough power to, if I run into any woman, I'm okay. You think so? Let me tell you, Satan will send you the woman of your dreams. Hey, he'll send you the woman of your dreams. And you think it's about you on another level. No. Yeah, she recognized that confidence and all that. But a woman of that stature, of that power, requires energy that she can only get from sucking the energy of a man. Those type of women that Satan will send requires energy. So you sitting there with all that confidence, they'll recognize that confidence and say, you know what? Hey, I'm going after him. He has a power that you can't find in regular people in this earth. Why? You're different. Once the Most High pull you out of this world, you don't realize how different you are to everyone else. With the confidence that comes with believing and knowing exactly who you are. And that's what women respect. What better man than a man not only who know who he is, but know that he is a child of Israel, heir to the throne. Elder Lawya, let's get scripture now on that woman. Let's go.
Sirach chapter 25, I'll start at verse 10.
Come on.
Oh, how great is he that findeth wisdom! Yet is there none above him that feareth the Lord. Jump down to verse 13. It says, give me any plague but the plague of the heart.
Give me any plague but the plague of the heart. Because now you get the truth. And guess what? As a man, you cannot weigh things right if you have a plague of the heart. When you have someone next to you or around you trying to take your energy. That's Satan. Any woman that's with a man of the Almighty understands that according to the epistles, it's tell a man without with a wife, be as though you had none, for the time is short. You're going to have so much time. Your time is going to be in working for the Most High, with him being your husband. Where you're working for him, not you your whole time trying to figure out what's going on for her only. That tug of war where she's taking energy from you, saying, especially a woman that gets frustrated with you serving God. You must be really careful when you got a woman saying, well, can you close the book for a minute? Oh yeah, y'all wanted scriptures tonight, right? Who are you in all these characters we've shown so far? Let's go. Come on.
Any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but
Learn to understand you much better if I can get familiar with the way.
Read it again.
Sirach chapter 25, verse 13. Give me any plague but the plague of the heart.
Give me any plague but the plague of the heart. Read.
And any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman.
And give me any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. Some haven't recovered. Some have fallen and have recovered, but it took time. Look at Samson. Look at David. But when you are unplugged, brothers, guess what? That confidence is seen. All the agents and people that are unplugged are looking at you. They know there's something different about you. You are not asleep. You're different. And Satan is going to throw all things at you as a stumbling block to move you off this path, the path of you being chosen as the righteous, to lead our people to safety. And that's why I don't care. Listen, I don't care what people say out there, one way or the other, about what they think this is. As long as you've seen us or me, I've been on the job. Say whatever you want to say about me, but I intend on finishing. From the day I was pulled out of that water and made that covenant and that oath, I've done exactly that without wavering. Say what you want. I had ups, downs, indifferences, whatever you want to say. See? And that's why I don't care what people say, because at the end of the day, my agreement is with the Almighty, and it's upon me to finish. Finish beyond Babylon. I know this place will not survive what's coming. And I ask the Most High, just allow me to see the other side. Okay? And in order to see this other side, the agreement in Isaiah 1 was, son, work. Work. I'll guide you. Let's get it in Isaiah 49, Elder Lawya, about the servant. Just do this, and I'll deal with my side of the agreement. And I believe in all my heart, and all my soul, and my being, that if I fulfill my part of the agreement, I know that the Most High will fulfill his. So I don't care what people say. Okay? I just need to make it to a point in the wilderness to where I don't have to do this anymore, but this is my job now. Okay? Let's go, Elder Lawya.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 49, verse number 5.
49 and 5. Read it, Elder Lawya.
Now, saith the Lord, that formed me from the womb to be a servant.
Who formed me from the womb to be his servant. Read.
Bring Jacob again to him.
To do what?
To bring Jacob again to him.
To bring Jacob back to the Almighty. Read.
Israel be not gathered.
Though Israel be not gathered. Read.
Yet shall I be glorious in the eyes of the Lord, and my God shall be my strength.
And my God shall be my strength. I'll be glorious. Guess what? I'll glory in the eyes of the Lord, and he'll be my strength. Because people could never understand. They'll always try to find what's wrong because they don't know what it takes to finish. And if they can find something wrong, they can now make an excuse to why they don't pick up the plow every day and do what they see us doing. Let's talk now. Yeah, we're going to have to do something about your sound too, Elder Lawya. It's getting worse and worse. I don't know what's going on there with your sound. But let's go to the next thing now. Last but not least, Cypher ends up betraying his brethren. And the only thing Morpheus and the brethren in the truth was looking to do, to guide those who are unplugged to Zion, to guide the people into a safe place after the computers never work, after the cities are destroyed and the computers and cell phones no longer work. When the construct that we thought was real life has been dismantled. What did Morpheus actually do? He guided brothers and sisters into the real world, knowing that this simulation, this matrix, would get dismantled by those who created it to deceive us. One of these days soon, your cell phone won't work. Your computer won't work. This construct we seeing right now that's being dismantled, the republic, will not be the country you thought it was. Really, we receive these computers and the technology so that they can have everyone on grid to bring forth the mark of the beast to track everyone like they are doing now. And once they have fulfilled their full objective to put everyone in a database to know who everyone is and to track everyone, there'll be no need for these computers. There'll be no need for any of this. Your cell phone is not going to work. Your cell phone will be the last line of defense, throwing it at someone who's pointing at you. So only thing Morpheus was doing in the movies was giving brothers and sisters a jump start to unplug and understand the real world before their fake world, that's right, is pulled right from up under them. Because either way, you're going to have to see what's real. And it takes courageous people to stand and say, I'm willing to sacrifice my life on this side and make a jump start for my people to instill in them enough faith to believe that there's life beyond slavery. Elder Lawya, Zion. Let's go there in the book of Joel. Last scripture.
House without walls?
Yes. And get Ezekiel 20 and 33 afterward.
Zephaniah chapter 2, or Zephaniah, Salakia,
Zechariah 2, yeah. Hold on, because it's red again, and I don't know how it's doing that because it was fine the other day, but don't worry about it. Let's go.
The book of Zechariah chapter 2, verse number 2.
Read.
Then said I, whither goest thou? And he said unto me,
Hold on, hold on, Elder Lawya. It's blinking out. One moment. It's buffering for some reason. One moment. Open that door. I don't want it on that cord. I want to make sure the cord don't have. Yeah. All right. Just make sure that cord is plugged tight into the back of that router. All right. Read that, Elder Lawya. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Zechariah chapter 2, verse 2.
Come on.
Then said I, whither goest thou? And he said unto me, to measure Jerusalem, to see what is the breadth thereof, and what is the length thereof. And behold, the angel that talked with me went forth, and another angel went out to meet him, and said unto him, Run, speak to this young man, saying, Jerusalem shall be inhabited as towns without walls.
Jerusalem shall be inhabited as towns without walls. Now, it's deep that they named the escape place for the unplugged Zion. I need y'all to check that out, brothers and sisters. They named the place that we could escape for safety to fight against the evil Zion. This is the place that Morpheus is he's speaking in a secret place where the agents are looking to find to destroy them at the very end. Like it tell you in the book of Ezekiel, eventually all the nations will stop fighting themselves and come after us in the wilderness. This is what this particular picture dovetails. A safe haven that was prophesied out of the Bible. The Matrix is a biblical narrative. Listen to what we're showing you now. It was called Zion. It was called Zion, folks. The ship that Morpheus captained was called the Nebuchadnezzar. Nebuchadnezzar was the first king of Babylon in which we fell into captivity. So he was taking this ship to unplug our people out of slavery to bring them to safety, to Zion, which is prophesied out of the Bible. So if y'all think this is just us reading the Bible, reading precepts, you have another thing coming. You were awakened to see Zion, to see a life beyond captivity. And this is why the powers that be have locked the whole earth down. Okay. Not just by what's going on in the earth, but what's happening in realms on the outside of this firmament. The Most High is communicating with the righteous so that we can all soon be in one place. And we'll get there. No matter how many lockdowns and stuff they do, we will get there if we believe and if we stay on code with the Most High and with each other. Read it, Elder Lawya.
Sure. Verse number 3.
Come on.
And behold, the angel that talked with me went forth, and another angel went out to meet him, and said unto him, Run, speak to this young man, saying, Jerusalem shall be inhabited as towns without walls, for the multitude of men and cattle therein. For I, saith the Lord, will be unto her a wall of fire round about, and will be the glory in the midst of her.
And will be the glory in the midst of her. But something else was going on in Zion. When you look at this movie, it was this weird party that was going on that they show in the movie. That's like, why would you act out like this after being saved from a wicked, perverse, evil world? What is this partying and all that going on that was in the movie? Go to Ezekiel 20 and 33, Elder Lawya.
Sure. Ezekiel 20, verse number 33. As I live, saith the Lord, or as I live, saith the Lord God, surely with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm and with fury poured out will I rule over you.
Will I rule over you? Read.
And will bring you out from the people and will gather you out of the countries wherein you're scattered.
We will be gathered out of the countries wherein we are scattered. The Most High is and will make a way for the righteous. Folks, believe me, it doesn't matter what construct they set up. The Most High will make a way for those who are on code with him and who is tight within the body working towards Zion. And folks, there's things I can't even mention, but all I can say is the Most High is working things towards safety that I didn't even think in this work was possible. Things I didn't even plan for. It's just happening. But it comes with, the light gets brighter by you working every day. And don't take no cares of evil for tomorrow and deal with fear of how I'm going to do this and how I'm going to do that. No, Christ says deal with the day because tomorrow have enough evils in itself. What are you doing right by me today? I will give you the answer tomorrow. And by just working every day in this vineyard, the Most High is making passage. It's clear that we, the righteous, will make it to Zion. If we endure. Ye that endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Read it.
Bring you out from the people, and will gather you out from the countries wherein ye are scattered, with a mighty hand, and with a stretched out arm, and with fury poured out. And I will bring you into the wilderness of the people, and there will I plead with you face to face.
And there will he plead with us face to face. It's not going to be what the Gathering of Christ Church and what Elder saying, or what other group, or whatever groups you want to be in. Nah, our work after Babylon in this wilderness will be done. No more proselytizing, no more converting. We're almost at the end of that now, folks, where the Bible says that there will be a famine in the earth, not of bread and water, but of hearing the word of God. We're almost there. So we're going to be in the wilderness. It's going to be the Spirit of the Almighty round about us. And then what happens next, Elder Lawya?
Verse number 36. Like as I pleaded with your fathers in the wilderness.
Hold on, Elder Lawya. It went down. Hold on 1 second. Go on.
As I pleaded with your fathers in the wilderness of the land of Egypt, so will I plead with you, saith the Lord God. And I will cause you to pass under the rod.
He will cause us to pass under the rod. That means if there's something, if there's sin in us that we didn't get out of us on this side, it will appear before the Almighty in the wilderness. Read.
Cause you to pass under the rod, and I will bring you into the bond of the covenant.
The bond of the covenant. Read.
And I will purge out from among you the rebels.
I will purge from among you in the wilderness the rebels. You're going to have us rebelling against the Most High, even after the judgment of Babylon in the wilderness. And that will be the final purge. 2/3 will be cut off and die in the wilderness. Read.
Purge out from among you the rebels and them that transgress against me.
Come on.
I will bring them out. I will bring them forth out of the country where they sojourn, and they shall not enter into the land of Israel, and ye shall know that I am the Lord.
And ye shall know that I am the Lord. Folks, once you're unplugged from the matrix, there's no going back. Elder, let's go to where it says, be either hot or cold or spewed out of his mouth. Let's go. Let's go.
Yes, sir. This is the book of Revelation chapter 3, verse number 15.
Revelation 3 and 15. Read it.
I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot.
So there's some people who feel it's okay to play the middle, as if they were pulled out to only become spectators. That they can know the truth, but still operate as if they were in the world. That's what happened to Cypher eventually, who said, listen, I don't care what the truth is. I don't care about saving people. Plug me in and I'll just die. I'll go down and die with the ship. Read it.
Would thou wert cold or hot. So then, because thou art lukewarm, and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth.
I will spew thee out of thine mouth. Because you think you can stand in the middle and think you're not seen and operate as if you weren't called. You'll be spewed out of the Most High's mouth. Read on.
17. Because thou sayest, I am rich and increase with goods, and have need of nothing, and knowest not that thou art wretched and miserable and poor and blind and naked.
So just because you can show forth a successful life on this side of the matrix, you think you've made it, but you're wretched and poor because you've built up no riches or any works for the kingdom to come, Folks, what house have Christ prepared for you? When you've only prepared a house for yourself. So if you haven't prepared, to get occupation in the kingdom to come, you get what you work for. And if you work strictly for this system, what will you have once they take it away? And guess what, folks? They're taking away the life you thought you had here as we speak. As we speak, they're taking away the life. Guess what? Satan has rolled up his sleeves and all of his agents and say, well, listen, we're not playing games with you no more. You're worshiping Satan. These corporations, these jobs are all ran by Satanists. Either you bow to the beast or get flushed out and arm yourself against us on the other side. We're coming after you. If you're going to work at my job, guess what? I'm going to control your children. I'm going to control you. Sterilization, sickness. You'll live long enough to work for us before I can just flush you out and you just go to hell. This is your life now. If I say get injected, get injected. If I say take the mark of the beast, take the mark of the beast. There's no more us playing this middle ground now as if we're just going to work and have a job and can come home and all this other, felonious garbage they have actually peddled to the population. Satan, he's like, no. These corporations are ran by Satanists. So now you must choose a side. So they're going to come up with all types of sideways, what you would call scenarios that will compromise you to make it where you must now make a decision strictly off of whether or not you or your family will be able to sustain yourself. All your choices are going to be like that now. Oh, you want money? Okay, you must do this. You must do that. Read that last piece again, Elder Lawya. I'm going to tell you, folks, Satan is actually aligning an army within society to fight against the righteous. And guess what? The majority of the population is going to take the bag. They're going to acquiesce, just like with mass, just like with everything else. And they're going to do whatever Satan is saying to keep the life they built here. But by doing so, Satan is going to align them against the righteous. It's going to be death, destruction, mayhem. Not but through government, not strictly through government. The people that they've aligned themselves, that they have paid as social mercenaries to stop the awakening. See? And then you're going to have people who know the truth. And because they may lose their job and don't know how things are going to work out, they're going to lose faith and they're going to say, plug me back in. I'll take whatever syringe you want. I'll do whatever you need. You can plug that stuff, put that stuff in my children too. As long as I can get a stimulus check and continue to get my job. Hey, here we are. Tough decisions for those who didn't make a decision long ago when they had the opportunity, where they could have had some hand in that transformation once choosing to get unplugged from the matrix. At least you had some say in your, in your transformation. But now it's like, no, you don't get this. You out there by yourself, and let's see how you fare by yourself. That's where we are now. Go ahead, Elder Lawya.
Revelation chapter 3, verse 17.
Come on.
Because thou sayest, I am rich and increase with goods, and have need of nothing, and knowest not that thou art wretched and miserable and poor and blind and naked, I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in the fire, that thou mayest be rich, and white raiment, that thou mayest be clothed, and that the shame of thy nakedness do not appear, and anoint thine eyes with eye salve, that thou mayest see.
So the Most High is saying, come work for him. There is an option. He'll make a way. Being unplugged and doing what? Eating that role. Being reprogrammed for the kingdom to come. And through this, and when you get baptized for the remission of your sins, you will receive a spirit that will open up opportunity that you didn't know existed while plugged in. Come on.
19. As many as I love, I rebuke and chasten. Be zealous, therefore, and repent.
Be zealous, therefore, and change. Come on the right side. It's high time you awake out of sleep. But the question is, all the characters of those who are unplugged, we have to now, look inward and be truthful with what character are we? Are we those that give up faith? Just give up the faith? Have lost our first love? Who's willing to betray the fact that you would betray a gift that the Most High actually opened your eyes? In a world filled with darkness, he chose you to see. Where you would have now power over your vessel, not to be utilized by agents, by demons. He freed you from that and gave you knowledge of how this world really works. Will we be grateful to that gift the Most High gave us to see and understand? Will we endure? Matthew 24:13, Elder Lawya.
Matthew 24, verse 13.
Read.
But he that shall endure unto the end.
Unto the what?
Unto the end, the same shall be saved.
Ye that endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. That means you pick up that plow and it doesn't matter. Hey, there's going to be good days, there's going to be bad days, it's going to be rough. Our faith will be tried. But you know what? Our eyes is always on what? Zion. We never lose focus of what the Most High called us into. We never lose focus to what we're working for. Don't lack faith. Don't fall. Now is not the time. We're closer now than when you first got this truth and couldn't close that Bible. We're closer now, than at that time. We need to go back to our first love and where the Most High had us when we were grateful for the truth. Why? Not just for yourself. Because when they dismantle this country, as they dismantle this world, those who can see, hey, we'll need each other. We'll be the vast minority in the earth trying to get people to safety. Okay? This is why. Not just for ourselves, but for each other. Elder Lawya, you have anything you have to say real quick before I open up the lines?
Just real quick, in relation to what character will you be? What character will you play out in this walk on this path that we've been set on? As we all know, the parable of the sower gives us many different examples and outcomes of those who have received seed. Now, we know that the sower have sown the word. He have done his job. The question is, what type of ground will we be? Will we be the ones who have allowed the seed to fall by the wayside, or those who have allowed the seed to fall on stony ground, or those who have allowed the seed to fall among the thorns, or those who have allowed that seed to grow on good ground, bringing forth fruit, manyfold. Again, we all play our part, or we all will fulfill one of those particular characters or one of those parts. But as you were mentioning, Elder, which part will we play? And with that, I yield.
Hey, Elder Lawya, just your opinion real quick. If someone asks you, because if anything, what they've seen is one thing that I hear over and over again that encourages brothers and sisters is that they can go back to an original class when you was nothing more than a young boy trying to find your way. And online, it's almost like the Truman Show. They have seen you grow from a boy to a man of the Most High right before their eyes. Unwavering from the day you walked in. Like me. The day I got it, I never stopped. With them seeing your progression from the first day that you have actually came to this truth, if you were to give brothers and sisters some advice on what to do after getting unplugged, to stay, to see the end of their ministry of what the Most High can have them become. Because why? You coming in as a young man, you seen ups, downs, you seen everything, you seen us travel, you seen people stand for a while, some people gave up the work, some people betrayed. You've seen everything that I've seen. Not just growing into an elder because you wasn't an elder at first, but as a spectator growing into an elder. If you were to give advice out there after seeing everything you have seen through the progression of this work and see what the Most High have done with it, what advice would you give someone who is newly unplugged? What would you say to them? Because I remember the first day you were unplugged. What would you say, Elder Lawya?
Sure, just three main things, and I'll be brief.
Yeah.
First and foremost, when the time you ought to be teachers, you have need that one teach you again. I don't think brothers and sisters realize, especially in a time in which information is easily accessible at your fingertips, the value of learning from one teacher to grow and build on a firm foundation. You may think you're getting ahead of the curve when you go all over the place and you're learning from different places at the same time. But the reality is what happens is you stunt your growth because you're going to go to one person, they're going to teach one thing, another person is going to teach another variation, and you'll get lost in the sauce. So that's first and foremost. Number two, as you were mentioning, having the ability to actually witness, and this is all to the grace and glory of the Most High, being able to witness others who have come and have stood for a while and being able to actually learn from those mistakes, if you will, learning from other people's journeys and learning from other people's mistakes and things of that nature. And last but not least, which I think is the most important, is this. The scripture says, if any man thinketh that he knoweth anything, he knoweth nothing. The more you grow in this truth, the more you realize you don't know and that you're still learning. So I think that's another important thing that we have to really capture and grasp, that we're always learning. No matter how much we learn and how much we may gain, we're still students. We're students of the word. We're students of life. Okay? So you can never get to the point where you feel that you've arrived in which you have grasped and understand everything, because there's going to always be something that you don't know. And again, going back to the first principle, it's going to be that teacher that's going to guide you, who have lived through life, who have seen different experiences, who have seen the pitfalls of others who have come before them and have lived many pitfalls and been through many pitfalls. That's going to be able to help you and guide you and see things clearly. Okay? So those are three main things. There's many, but I'll leave it there.
Okay, thank you, Elder Lawya, because really, I wanted them to hear it, because sometimes some people can form their own opinion not being there from first day and dealing with the progression that was 5 or 6 guys in a little building at 15th and Styles. 5 or 6 guys, to 35 people being taught weekly on Skype, to where we are today. And the only person that really have that bird's eye view, that inside view, who have seen it all from the beginning, was the young man who have endured through it. Okay. Why? Because I want brothers and sisters to understand, folks. Okay. Hey. When it comes to the elders and brothers we work with from the beginning, like Elder Lawya and Rawchaa and others, keep in mind, folks, it's like this. He've seen everything that went on behind the scenes and everything within the church. And guess what? If there was something, if he didn't know that this was the path, Elder Lawya and others, they wouldn't be here. Okay. So I want to put that out there. They have seen the power of the ministry when it comes to the brotherhood and being faithful one to another and enduring to the end with what? Having a labor of love for the Almighty. This is what brothers and sisters cannot, no one can be out publicly saying that this church doesn't have the love and the fervent work towards the kingdom. Good, bad, ugly, whatever. And guess what? People are going to make mistakes or whatever the case is in the earth or whatever, or in the church or whatever the case might be. They know this is the truth. Let me read this. Mark 12:30 says, "And thou shalt love the Most High," this is Christ, "thy God, with all thine heart and with all thine soul, and with all thy mind, and with all the strength. This is the first commandment. And the second is like, namely this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. There's none other commandment greater than these." To what? To understand that you are never to lose your love. First, for the God who has awakened you and have unplugged you from the matrix. And the love that you would have for those who have made that choice with you. Because at the end of the day, that's going to be the family who will save you from the agents. Last but not least, Revelation, the 2nd chapter, 2 and 3 reads, "Nevertheless, I have somewhat against thee, because thou hast left thy first love." This is what the Most High would have against us. We forgot how grateful we were when we received the truth. And now we're walking around entitled as if we always had it, as if we weren't plugged in the matrix. One thing about that character Morpheus, folks, is he continued in the same love he had from the first day he was unplugged. He never stopped believing, and that faith drove him to help others see and lead a path to Zion. Check out that character. He was being ridiculed for believing in something greater than others could see. But without that faith, he wouldn't have made it. Without him understanding that there was a hope beyond this matrix, Zion would not have materialized. Because he understood that Zion cometh not by observation, that the people make Zion, and he must pull them out of the matrix to create Zion, to fulfill the future prophecy of us being in the wilderness, in that town without walls, protected by the Almighty. You have to have someone, many of us in this earth, working with the faith the Most High has bestowed upon us to finish. 515-605-9327. Let's open up the lines. Let's open up the lines. Getting unplugged from the Matrix. Before I open up the line, let me make an announcement. Yes, we have a new academy, January 10th. I would like all who's here to be a part of it because we're being censored. And there's things that I just cannot say on YouTube that we can only say within the parameters of the news that's being reported on outside the country, because we're getting censored news within the United States. It's COVID all day, every day in America. And you don't know what's really going on. And this is what's allowed in the academy, uncensored material. Okay. I'm going to try to come on Friday in the midst of this lockdown to give everybody some insight of what's really going on in this lockdown. There's things that I can show and things I can't show concerning what's going on. Certain things I can't show, or if I showed it, they would actually cancel the channel. Okay? They would cancel the channel. So what I'll do is I'll open it up Friday for an hour, for 30 minutes to set the stage, to give you all a link to come into a private area, probably Vimeo, to get the details of what's really going on with this lockdown and how to navigate through it. Because what I have to show cannot be shown on YouTube. So I'll come in, let you all know here's a link. You don't have to pay for it. There's no fee or nothing like that. It's just information that I know is important that you all must see, but I can't show it on this channel without, the risk of losing the channel. Okay? But I say it when it come a time where things are heightened to a degree where I have to break certain things down to you to let you know where we are. We're in that time. So I'm going to do my best to use YouTube as what you would call a segue into a safe haven to give you the true information. And it's only going to take me about 30, 40 minutes to do so. All right. And that's what I'm going to do in respect of what the Most High called me to do, to help those that are in the church and those who are without the church that are looking to be a part of this. Another thing that the elders are discussing, we are discussing, is yes, we will be traveling next year once some of this stuff clear up. We're looking at where this is going, and we're making ways to be able to travel to the different states to set up certain scenarios so that we can have private classes going on and all that to guide people out throughout the states. And we will be traveling into other countries also. So keep your ear to the ground. Okay. We also have we have a scenario in which the regional elders have all come together, and we have a big ministry that's really, about to jump off in the Caribbean, headed by the regional elders, Elder Rawchaa and another elder that's been working with us overseas for a long time. They'll be going into Jamaica. We're going to get us a building there, and we're going to move this whole thing together with Jamaica and the other areas of the West Indies to prepare our brothers and sisters together for what's to come. We're already working with that. So I'm excited about that. And if it be the Most High's will, we're going to have Rawchaa and them go over there soon. Hey, and then I'm going to be coming to the Caribbean. All right. I want to at least work with our brothers in the Bahamas, parts of, I want to go to Puerto Rico. I want to sit down. We have people in Mexico now, and hey, and we're looking to do all this before they shut this stuff down. So keep your ears to the ground. Stay fervent in prayer. If you're doing wrong, hey, repent, stay prayed up, sin not, and get on the right side of this. A line is being drawn in the sand, and Satan is going after who belongs to him, and the Most High is pulling out those who choose him. 515-605-9327. I can't be on too long because I have a meeting after this, but I'm going to take as many calls as I can for the next 15-20 minutes. And then after that, I'm going to say, keep your ears to the ground. If you want to actually support the broadcast financially so that we can actually get to you all, the broadcast in specific, $ GOCC 144 donate. That's strictly for the broadcast as you see Elder Lawya and I doing during the weeks. If the bottom one is strictly for people who's already in the church, who don't have a place to gather through the COVID or whatever the case is. So really the top one is the one you'll really be using if you want to support the ministry of what we're doing online that will move us into coming to you and doing things like that. Okay, that's the top one. $ GOCC 144 donate. I would like to see everyone who can possibly be in this academy a part of it, because the resources we get from it, we can use that to parlay that into tangible scenarios and things that we'll be able to help people and others with when this stuff break down. We have to change what we have from finances into tangible assets and as far as food and everything else to feed the poor, because our people are going to be faced with choices, food or vaccines or whatever the case is. They're going to have a choice. You eat or not. What do you want to do? So we can't do this alone. So we hope that if you can't do exactly what we're doing all the time, at least what you can do is to contribute to us financially to help us help everyone. Planes cost money, traveling costs money, setting up new churches costs money, helping people costs. Yes, that's right. We have experienced and witnessed a lot of these different characters. Morpheuses, Trinities, Neos. Yeah, those that were helping steer the ship and would guide people into Zion, those who would construct Zion, the workers that most people can't see. But then, hey, I've also seen, I don't know if you, Elder Lawya, have seen them. I've seen a lot of ciphers too. What about you?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Absolutely. I've seen a bunch of ciphers, but I digress. Once unplugged, who are we? Are we in Christ? Will we be guided in the Spirit to bring forth Zion, to be a helper to build the kingdom, opposed to one who've been unplugged only to destroy the kingdom that they were called into? 340 area code. Let's go.
Hi. Hello.
What?
Hello. Hi, Elder. Hi.
Shalom, sunshine. What's going on?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah, you got. Yeah. You have us on. Yeah, you have us on speed dial. Let's go. Say something.
Before the truth, I'm actually recalling the days when my eyes saw my teachers.
Hold on, sister. Hold on. Something is going on with the.
Okay.
All right, go ahead. Go on.
Yeah, Albert, can you hear me?
Yeah, go on, sister. Go ahead. Sunshine. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I was thinking that I was remembering the days when my eyes saw my teachers, and I knew that my teachers were you. Before the truth, I was your typical Babylonian. I felt disillusioned with pagan Christianity, just like Albert Pike said that most of us would do in this world, and how we would be. And I figured I was a good person. I was honest. I believed in justice and agreed with many things that this society puts forward. But But I was also in that liberal mindset, like to each his own, be it man, woman, or other, as long as you didn't hurt children or persons directly. I felt justified in what I was doing, how I operated, and I felt that I was in control of my life, and I was the mover and shaker of my own destiny. And I was arrogant, prideful, and I was straight wrong on that highway to hell, and justified in my stance, too, to defend it. Like how right I was for carrying on the way I was and how my family was for carrying on the way we were. But now, in the truth, my whole world, my whole wicked life was turned right side up. And we do things in our family so differently now. We read scriptures nightly. We watch the lessons. We're in the academy. We can see the lies in every movie or media spin now, and we can actually see the world around us just like in the Matrix. Like we're walking in the world, but we're not of this world. And we no longer love this world either. In fact, like the pagan things like Saturnella and all that we thought made us happy. Now it's just disgusting for us, for our children. And the key is that mental rewiring after being washed through baptism and gaining the Spirit and praying to the Most High to never, ever be able to let go of that Spirit and become a new man in Christ with a new mind, of a mindset to know that regardless of what happens, like in Maccabees, 2 Maccabees 7, where the brothers said that suffering of this world is only going to last a little while, whereas the judgment of the wicked lasts for an eternity. And so likewise, the rewards that we would experience.
Sister, I'm with you. All your points are eloquent, but I still got to get someone in. Just have one point, and then I had to bring you in. Then I'll get to the next call.
Okay. So say something, Elder. Am I wrap it up? Is that it, Elder?
Yeah, wrap it up. Thank you.
Hello? Okay. Okay. So I just want to say that although we dwell in this world, that we're not of this world, and the character that I would say that I'm hoping to be and remain is the one who has hope, faith, charity, and love, and always holding on to the Most High, by grace of the Most High. That's all I wanted to say, Elder. Bless you, Elders.
Thank you, sister. Bless you. You know what? It's good to have someone out there that's always happy. I mean, that's an encouraging spirit. That's contagious. So, thank you, sister. 803 area code, then 404 area code. 803.
Hi.
808. Hold on. Hold tight, brother. Hold on. 404 area code. I got to do them in order. 404 area code. I have to do it in order, so hold tight, brother. 404 area code, then 318 area code. 404. 318 area code, 318 next. If you're not there, I'm going to the next call, please, because I have a meeting to go to. So 318 area code. Shalom. Name and location?
My name is Alyssa. I am from Louisiana.
Louisiana. Hold tight, because for some reason this internet is going in the red. 1 second, okay? Hold on.
Okay.
I don't want to lose you here. Okay, it's back. All right, go ahead. Your name again?
Alyssa.
Alyssa from Louisiana. What part of Louisiana, actually? You from?
Monroe, Louisiana.
Okay, Monroe. You know, I was born Lake Charles, Louisiana. But all right, let's go. Talk to us.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was born Lake Charles.
Okay. Okay. So, I remember the time I was plugged into the Matrix. I even had dreams of going to college, getting a huge house, being rich and stuff like that, until I found out the truth. So I don't know how long it's really okay. I don't know what day or when my mother got the truth and told me, but upon that same week that I got it, I had a school project coming up. So she preferred that I talk about how we're Israelites instead of African Americans. So I went to school and I told my classmates, talked to my classmates that we were Hebrew Israelites and stuff. And that's why I learned that we were really in the matrix, because as soon as I started talking about it, my teacher stopped me and told me not to go any further. And I asked her why. She didn't tell me why, but she told me to continue. At that time, I was still learning, so I was trying my best to tell my peers that we were Israelites and stuff like that. And I kind of took the L because I know I didn't really do a good job of telling my peers. But then they started asking me, how did you know this? So that lets me know that not only me, but me and my peers were in the matrix, and that they really wanted to know who they were and stuff like that. And another experience is when I was going to a Baptist church with my godmother. When I went to this church, I always noticed something was not right. It's like I did not like being up there with some type of energy. And, each time I don't listen or anything to the deacon that was teaching us, she would call my mom and tell my mom to get on me, that she ain't listening to this, she ain't listening to that. And, I always noticed that the pastor had something new car, new clothes. And that's when I knew, something is not right. Something is not right. Something we are being lied to. Something's not right. So that comes to present day, that now that I know the truth, when I look back on it, it's just like, now being unplugged, it teaches you a lot of things, what to avoid and what to avoid and not what things not to get into. And it just goes to show that, we're really in the matrix.
Let me ask, how old are you? How old are you? How old are you, young lady?
I am 18, Elder.
Now,
18.
Now, sister, I need you to check this out. If you would have talked about your life growing up as a Muslim, your teacher wouldn't have stopped you. If you would have talked about your life, if you would have said that you had a life with an alternative lifestyle, and that life and how you were free to explore your love for the same sex, she would have allowed you.
Yeah, that's true.
Isn't that deep? If she would have said that she found a new religion of paganism and with libations, to the dead, they would have actually gave her the floor to do so. But no sooner she said that the positives of her finding out she was an Israelite, the teacher knew immediately. An agent jumped into her and said, stop. You are not allowed to unplug children from the matrix. Thank you, sister. What a testimony. Welcome home to Zion.
Yes, sir. You're welcome.
Welcome home to Zion. Thank you,
You're
sister.
welcome.
Never lose, sister, that first love. Okay? Huh? Oh, 515-605-9327. Let me put it up there. 515-605-9327. Thank you. All right, let me go down. There's a number in front of you. All right, let's go down the line. 702 area code. Getting unplugged from the matrix. Shalom. 702, you're live.
Shalom.
Shalom, name and location.
My name is Derek. I'm in the Utah area.
All right, the floor is yours.
All right, I just wanted to say I appreciated the show or whatever. I'm still, I've been trying to get a hold of you guys for baptism. I'm from I guess you would say a different walk of life. Like, I was an addict and alcoholic. I basically came out here to, I thought people would be more like-minded, just get myself together or whatever. And, this Mormon thing is real. They're not really trying to hear that Israelite doctrine. I wish I could have chimed into that show, but just unplugging and really looking at everything. I'm just still trying to hit that water and see what I could do to it. I'm ready to die for this. And that's all I wanted to say, Elder.
Okay, brother. Let me get your name.
My name's Derek.
Okay, Derek. We're gonna call you up tomorrow. Okay.
Appreciate that, sir.
And right now, you in Utah?
Yeah.
Okay.
My family's still in Vegas, but
okay.
I just kind of came out here myself just to get right.
All right. Yeah. Hey, it's a lot of. You talking about the Matrix? You talking about Joseph Smith and the demons and Satan's toilet paper called the Mormon's Book. Lord have mercy. All right. So don't worry about it, brother. We will call you we'll call you tomorrow. I'll make sure I give it to the elder right now who's over that area. He's in the room with me, and what I'll do is I'm giving it over to him now. Here you go, you're out. Call the brother. All right, bless you. 980 area code. Before I bring in 908 area code, I would like to say again, the Academy begins January 10th. I would like you all to attend the creation of the universe, and we're going to go into the realms beyond earth to show you the heavens that were made and the stages of heaven that leads to, you got it, the firmament. We're even going to break down Jacob's ladder. And we're going to break down Jacob's ladder because Satan turned the 12 portals around the earth that really signified initially, the future tribes of Israel who would come into the earth. They turned those 12 portals into the horoscope. I'm going to be going into that. I'm going to be going into that first week of the Academy, the creation of the universe, understanding what's beyond the stars. That's going to be our week 1 lesson. If you want to be a part of this, we're in week 11, so we only 2 weeks before we end this Academy. Sunday we'll be going into who's Christ and break down Christ and how he was prophesied out of the Old Testament to prove that you can teach Christ without even using the New Testament. We're going to be going into that this coming Sunday. Who is Christ and how do we know what is the correct doctrine according to him this Sunday? Now, I'm excited about our lesson in week 12 for this Academy because we're going into the judgment of the gods. Okay? We're going to prove that according to the scriptures, fallen angels exist, aliens exist. They are worshiped on this earth by the pagans as the fallen gods. We're going to be going into that. We're going to be breaking down a new heaven and a new earth because this earth has been tainted by Satan. And what we can do to actually get to the other side for that new kingdom. Something new is coming into our realm, and it's not Planet X. So we have a treat for you, brothers and sisters, who's in this Academy for week 12, the judgment of the gods. You don't want to miss this, all right? It's not a myth. The gods of Canaan, the Canaanite gods and all that, the gods of the Egyptians, they are real. They was here before the flood, and I'm going to prove it. And if you want to be a part of that, you can, Elder Rawchaa, you can put historytimes.org in the chat. Historytimes.org. You can put that in the chat. 980 area code. Shalom.
Elder Rawchaa.
How you doing?
Shalom, Elder Rawchaa.
Shalom. You're live. Your name and your location.
My name is Robert. I'm from Charlotte. I'm in the Charlotte body. I'm also in the Academy, and I had a question about, you brought out something about a earthquake in Maine and Canada in the Academy, and I was wondering, was that confirmed or not?
Was that confirmed? Well, what was confirmed was the earthquake. What was the earthquake? Okay. Now, how they was using the earthquake as a cover to do something else within the United States is something that I'll bring out in the academy, because I just can't say it on this broadcast and bring it out without being censored. So if you're in the academy,
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
you're welcome. And I see you there. Okay. historytimes.org if you want to be a part of the academy. And please, it's January 10th. And please, if you're going to enroll, probably get in there early. It's only 2 payments of $75 one month, $75 the second month, and you'll just be able to get the third month. On top of that, also, we have a 12-week series where people can get it, who's in the academies, and others who can get it straight on hard copy. In case you missed a certain academy because we don't teach one lesson the same, you'll be able to get those and order those as a separate package. So we'll be talking about that, and you'll be able to access the enrollment and to be able to pay for the whole 12 weeks so you can fill yourself with the knowledge with the full package from historytimes.org. And again, the money goes towards the work. All right?
Nothing. You understand?
Cypher?
I don't want to be...
You see? What you say, Cypher? What do you say?
I don't want to be rich. You know, someone important. Like an actor.
Whatever you want, Mr. Regan.
Okay. You get my body back in a power plant.
He said, plug me back in and I'll go and kill my people for you. Let's have a meeting. So just try to be concise with your comments and just try to, and we'll pick this up at another time. But I hope through this, using the matrix as a sign that we can compare ourselves to and understand that there's a similarity to the characters and what we exhibit on this side of the matrix when learning the truth, that when we choose this road, that you choose this road for the long haul, because really there's no getting plugged back in, to tell you the truth. Once you know the truth, you cannot undo it. I don't care how much you try. You might as well finish. 404 area code. Shalom. Okay, can't do that. And guess what, folks? I'm going to tell you, I tell people this story all the time, and I talked about it. I even talked about it when I told Lawya about this and other elders about this. When that thing happened where even before Tazadakia got put in place or something, and I was under the Israeli Church of UPK, I was a general there. And this was before, there's no way anyone could put up a man as a comfort as far as I can see. I don't even know how people could believe that. But anyway, before all that happened, I was escorted out of the building because people was fearing, my growth in that particular thing. And I thought that for a time before I began to get back into my studies to baptize, folks, guess what? I thought that, well, you know what? There's no lessons for me to do anymore. I don't have to teach on the street because I'm not with those guys anymore. So I might as well go ahead and just live my life and just deal with my happiness, right? Let me give y'all this story where I believed at one time that I could actually just go back into the world with all that I knew. The Most High was like, what? I don't think so. Let me give y'all this story, brothers and sisters. I don't know if y'all have heard this. Check this out. Check this out. I call myself There was a place called Chalmers down at 27th, right off 27th and Lehigh. Right? Now, before I got in the truth, I grew up in a pool hall. Monsconi's, 20th and Oregon. And I grew up playing pool. And when I needed money, I would shoot pool for money. But once I got the truth, I put all that down. So I kind of figured, you know, when I used to teach folks on the streets, it used to be people where the cops had to come and move people off the streets. There's videos out there. And when I could no longer teach on the streets, there was a serious void left in me. And the only thing I had left was to go back to some of the things I was doing. So I went down 22nd and Chalmers off 27th and Lehigh. And I know I wasn't supposed to be out there because it's Friday night and I know it's the Sabbath. Everything in me said, do not go to hustle some money. And I'm thinking in my mind, well, I can go real quick knowing it's the Sabbath now. I'm not a part of that group anymore. I might as well go back into the world and do whatever I got to do, right? I knew it was the Sabbath and went to go shoot pool and say, well, I'm only going to do it for a few hours. I can make a few bucks, find out who I can beat early, get some money, and I'll be cool. Folks, I walked down the street, 27th Street, on my way with my pool stick on my back. A young guy with a mask came from behind me. He was walking up the street. And you know what? I knew what time it was. He was blocking my path because they know that when I hustled pool, I made money back then, right? This was 2000. This is year 2000. No, 2001. I knew I shouldn't have been out there. The young bull walked behind me and said, you know what time it is. And then another guy came in front of me and said, put your face up against the gate. Had a gun to my head. And I'm like, you know what? In my mind, I said, you know what, Lord? I knew I wasn't supposed to be here. I hope I did enough. The guy looked me in the eyes, went in my pockets, took the stash money out that I would make shooting pool, and said, don't be out here again. And they both walked away. My family wanted to retaliate and go against these people and find out who it was. And you know what I said? I said, leave those people alone. I wasn't supposed to be out there. I knew I wasn't supposed to be out there. The Most High was letting me know right there. Listen, there's nothing in this world for you. Take what I've given you and you go teach. Because the landscape of when you are operating is entirely different. You out there, if you're not doing my will, this world is going to take you. A lot of you haven't heard that story. The young guy looked, you can tell when I first looked in his eyes, I can tell that it would have been nothing for him to squeeze that trigger. But when he seen me and looked in my eyes, his eyes changed. And he looked down and said, go ahead, man. Don't be out here again. And I went home. I fell on my knees and I'm like, Lord, I know what time it is. And the ministry began right there. We are bought with a price. Guess what? What the Most High gave me to do, this is my position and I'm a prisoner to this work. I'm not perfect, but I'm a prisoner to it. There's no options for us. And I know you all have your own stories. One more, I'll take two more calls and then I have to go to a meeting to show you the Most High don't play. (303) area code. Shalom. (303), you're live.
Shalom, Elder.
How are you? How you doing?
I'm good. I just have one question about the church in Dallas.
Okay.
I'm here in Dallas, and I need to know the information about how to contact the Dallas body.
Okay, that's no problem. We have some good people in Dallas too, man. You talking about, hey. Azan, are you kidding? Azan is what a good man. And then we have Azan, we have Ramar, we have some good people there. So let me put down your number real quick, okay? Let me have your name. Huh? No, you're cutting out, sister. What is your name again?
Sister Eleanor.
Eleanor. Okay, thank you. Eleanor. All right. If you don't mind me asking, Eleanor, how old are you?
C.
Huh?
60.
Ah, praise the Most High. 60. Okay. All right, Sister Eleanor, I'm going to have the Texas body reach you, the elders and deacons there reach out to you and welcome you to the body in Dallas, okay?
And one more thing, if you can hear me clearly.
Yeah.
I went by the church, but it was locked down, so I need an accurate place to go because I want to actually go to the body.
Okay. Well, sister, don't worry about it. I'm going to make sure they get this, and you'll have a call soon, probably before the weekend is out. Okay?
That's all I want.
All right. Bless you, sister. All right. I can only take a few more, so get straight to it. I'd rather you stay on topic. If you're looking to get baptized or get with the church, I'd rather you send an email to goccbaptisms@gmail.com. That's the correct name, the correct email for that, right, Elder Lawya? Elder Lawya?
Yes, sir. That'll be the correct email for baptism.
goccbaptisms@gmail.com. So if it's off topic, if you got baptisms, please hold that because we're into being unplugged to from the matrix. I want people to stay on topic so that I could finish this out, on topic. 501 area code. Shalom.
Shalom, Elder.
Shalom, you're live. You're live with the Gathering of Christ Church. Your name and location.
This is our brother Edward from Arkansas. Shalom, Elder Lawya. I'm just calling, just to kind of chime in. I kind of caught the back end of the broadcast, and that was a powerful testimony that you just gave, and sent chills over me. But I just want to say regarding the matrix that you were teaching about, I never heard it broken down that way. But I think that I've, been unplugged. I would say semi-unplugged for a while due to, the understanding of just, the way we go about, in our daily life as a way of just existing. And the reason why I say that is because we pay for simple things, as say, for instance, like water. If you can't pay for it, then you die from thirst, and food and likewise. So, even on the money in itself, we really don't even understand what we use on a daily basis. So many symbols. It's your average person to it, and that's not to say that I just went directly into looking into it, but it's all confusing, even with everything. So and my last point is I never sat down and watched the entire movie of The Matrix, but from what I, little bit I did here, I mean, you'll know that everything is rigged. So yeah,
Okay.
that's pretty much all I have to say.
All right, thank you, brother. Good points. Good points. 70, and that's good points, and thank you, brother. 702 area code. That's going down the line. Only a few more, and then I have to pack it up for the meeting, and I'll be back Friday around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock Friday to give you all an update based on what to do in preparation for this next lockdown, what they're trying to roll out, and what we need to do as believers and those who understand the truth to navigate through this. I'll be dealing with that Friday, and more so again in the Academy News this weekend, this Sunday. 702 area code. You're live on Blog Talk, YouTube. Talk to us.
Shalom, elders.
Your name and
Can you hear me?
location. Shalom. How are you? I can hear you clearly. Yes.
Hey, this good. This is Mayel Shemuel, originally from California. I now reside in Las Vegas, Nevada, and just wanted to let you guys know I love you all. I love the family out there listening. I've been following you guys for about 11 years. I just had some small one to say, just to put a little bit on everybody's mind regarding the food. I told my wife about the whole situation with the food and all the things that could be coming down a pipeline. She wouldn't have bought me an apple tree today. An apple tree. I took this apple tree and inside of a regular flower pot, it had a few apples on it, and I had it for maybe a couple months now. And the climate that I'm in, it takes on winter really well. And I got some fruit growing on it. So I'm getting ready to get a few extra, some limes, some oranges, some ginger, anything that we could trade with one another. I may need assistance to grow some onions, some potatoes. Anything we can do to trade with one another, we'll stay fed. That's how our ancestors did it. We got to go back to the beginning. You could do it on your balcony, a whole garden, little flower pots. It works.
Yeah.
And that's all I want to say. Shalom, everyone.
Shalom, brother. And yeah, you might as well. A lot of people think that food grows in supermarkets. It's okay to put something in the ground. See, when you put seeds in the ground, the earth responds. 816 area code.
Hello.
Shalom, you're live. Gathering of Christ Church, your name and location.
Yeah, this is Brian. I'm here in the Missouri area.
Okay.
I was just listening in, but if you could, Elder, could you please take my information down? And as soon as you could, you give me a call. I appreciate it.
What's your name?
Brian.
Okay. Brian?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Carl. All right, thank you. All right.
Personal matter, if you would. I appreciate it.
Okay, personal matter?
Yes, sir.
Okay, did I do something to you?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. I'm just joking, y'all. Personal matter, I got you. I'm going to call you, brother. I'll make sure I put personal matter here as urgent. Okay. All right.
Yes.
All
Thank
right.
you.
You're welcome.
Shalom.
Shalom. 303 area code. We're going to try to take probably one or two more max, and then after that, I have to set up for a meeting I have. Elder Lawya, I just need you to stay in tow. We're going to bring you in through Zoom, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Who's next here? 313 area code. Getting unplugged from the Matrix.
Hello.
All right. Okay. You got to be up on it. I'm getting quick on the trigger now. 313 area code. You're live.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes. Name and location.
Hello?
Sister. Yes. Name and location.
Hello. Hi.
Hello. Hi, Elder. Shalom. This is Sharonda. I'm calling from Michigan.
Yes.
I just had a quick question. I remember a couple sermons ago you were talking about the white Hebrew. Can you help me out with some scripture regarding that?
The what?
I've been searching in my notes all day to try the white Hebrew. Or like everybody origins from being a Hebrew. I was trying to get some information on it.
The white Hebrew, sister, I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
You mean when I made it? You mean when I said that white people are Hebrews?
Yes.
Huh?
And I think you went to a scripture on it.
No,
and I just have been looking through my notes for it, and I just couldn't find. I was asking others; they didn't understand what I was saying.
Okay, sister, do you hear me talking? Do you hear me, or it's just a delay? Can you hear me?
It seems as if it's a delay. It's like it's going in and out.
Okay, I'm going to ask you, sister. Are you saying that the statement I made? Listen, answer this. Are you referring to when I said that white people are Hebrews? Were originally Hebrews? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, I believe.
Okay. All right. In a nutshell, Esau and Jacob was in the belly of Rebekah, correct? Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
I can hear the play.
Yes. So Isaac is their father, and Isaac was a Hebrew. Isaac is the son of Abraham. Abraham was a Hebrew. So before Esau went off into Mount Seir, his family spoke Hebrew. They were Hebrews. They was from the children of Isaac. Got it?
Esau was Hebrew from the children of Isaac. I got it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, because we were in the same womb of the same woman, Rebecca. All right? You got it?
Right to that.
Okay, now.
Yes, I have it in my notes. Thank you so much, Elder.
Okay, no problem. Now, before you go, if you need a scripture, right, to further back that, right, you would go to Genesis 14 and 13.
Yes.
Go to Genesis 14 and 13, sister. Hello?
14 and 13, you said? Yes, you said Genesis 14.
Yeah, Genesis 14 and 13 reads, and there came one that had escaped and told Abram the Hebrew, for he dwelt in the plan of Mamre. So if Abram was a Hebrew and had a son named Isaac, Isaac would be a Hebrew. If Isaac have sons Esau and Jacob, what language is Isaac teaching Esau? Huh? I'm asking you.
Hebrew, correct?
Ding, 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 ding. You won the prize. Okay, sister, thank you. All right.
Thank you so much, Elder.
You're welcome. Bless you.
All right. Shalom.
Shalom.
Bye.
All right. That concludes our broadcast for the day, being unplugged from the Matrix. And guess what? We're here to unplug you. And if you get unplugged and get washed, be made clean, we'll welcome you into the family. And we'll work together through that spirit that's in us and that is in you, that has awakened you. We'll work together for Zion. With that, I'm going to say shalom, Elder Lawya. I thank you and I appreciate you. And all people that work behind the scenes, the wives, the families, we love you all. And folks, hey, stay in prayer. They are, guess what? They are aligning right now an onslaught against the children of God. It's time to rally together and put all the pettiness to the side. It's a spiritual war that's about to turn physical in this earth. Be on the right side. Get unplugged and become a part, that's right, of freedom. Shalom. The Most High is calling back Israel. I'll talk with you probably around 2 o'clock Friday. Shalom.
The East is where we're from. The 12 tribes of Israel. In 721 BC, the Assyrian king, he took us down, we fell. With the great escape we went through the Euphrates. The Lord held the water still. To a land where no mankind dwelt, we went. The 12 tribes of Israel. So we be Manasseh, the Cubans, Ephraim from Puerto Rico, and Valley from the Isles of Hawaii. The Lord is calling back Israel. Zebulon from Panama, Gad, the North American Indians, Simeon, the Dominicans. Our highest gathering Israel. The Arabs and Africans told us.
At gunpoint.
Together ours and children that sold us. In the belly of these great ships we traveled in fear. By the rivers of Babylon we